Let's pray to the heavenly God. Let's pray together, one for all and all for one. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as your infinite love and mercy permits it, and lead us not into temptation by leaving us at the mercy of sycophants and sadistic entities. But deliver us from seen, unseen and human evils. God, please surround us with your unlimited goodness, love, and mercy. You have all the might, the power and judgment. Today I am reading this article from Intelligencer.com. Trump wants to lower unemployment benefits amid record unemployment. Most of the debate over a new coronavirus stimulus measure involves new assistance. Democrats think the country needs that. Republicans oppose on grounds that such past legislation as the $2.2 trillion CARES Act needs to be fully implemented before Congress takes further action. So it's one party wanting to act, and another wanting to pause, except for the complication that Republicans really want a liability shield for corporations. Trouble is, Republicans are also very interested in taking away an existing stimulus measure that many of them opposed in the first place, the enhanced unemployment insurance designed to keep low-income Americans from a disastrous drop in living standards in anticipation of a big boost in joblessness. There was a lot of fretting in the Senate that the $600 per week federal add-on to UI benefits in the CARES Act might enable low-wage workers in poorer states to make more money on unemployment than they did in the jobs they had lost. That led to a floor revolt led by Republican Senators Ben Sasse, Lindsey Graham, Tim Scott, and Rick Scott to cap the payments at the level of past wages, which would vastly complicate what was intended to be a quick relief measure. It failed to achieve anything like the 60 votes necessary to amend the CARES Act at that point, but subsequently, Republicans troubled by all that extra money corrupting the morals of shiftless unemployment beneficiaries have been calling for reforming the measure. Now it looks like the president is joining those in his party who believe the unemployment check is too damn high. According to Seung-Min Kim of The Washington Post, Trump on Tuesday privately expressed opposition to extending a weekly $600 boost in unemployment insurance for laid-off workers affected by the coronavirus pandemic, per three sources. It's unclear whether Trump simply wants to cap or lower payments, or let the federal UI enhancement lapse altogether. Either way, you have to wonder why a president with no fixed philosophy of the federal government's role in the economy would do anything to reduce stimulus efforts, since a rapid recovery is generally deemed vital to his re-election. It's not like Donald Trump is worried about deficits and debt. If he could fly Marine One around the country and personally throw big Trump-branded sacks of cash out of an open door, he probably would. What makes the UI issue different from other forms of federal stimulus spending, however, is that it's precisely the sort of thing Trump CEO buddies probably care about just as much as free market ideologues do. High UI benefits, like high minimum wage levels, threaten the fundamental power imbalance that serves as the silver lining for business owners during a deep recession. If they could get away with it, they might promote lower UI benefits and minimum wages in an emergency like this to ensure a robust buyer's market for labor. Trump's own motives on this issue might be colored even more by his desire to declare the coronavirus pandemic over, and the economy in full recovery. You don't need enhanced UI benefits if the economy is racing back towards full employment and will soon once again be the greatest economy in the history of the human race, at least in Trump's mind. Clearly the president thinks the pandemic is a mere interruption engineered by China and its globalist stooges in his march towards a second term and perhaps a new carving on Mount Rushmore. At the earliest possible juncture, he'll favor a resumption not just of normal life but of normal, pre-recession economic and labor policies. Unfortunately, wishing the pandemic and its economic effects are over doesn't make it so, and cutting off enhanced UI could make that happy day more remote. Some economists believe, come July 31st, if the emergency UI top-up isn't extended, unemployed workers will effectively get a pay cut of 50 to 75% overnight. But if mission accomplished is where Trump intends to pivot in the weeks ahead, he will have the eager support of Republicans who really do want to return to starving the federal government beast and enjoying all the deregulation the administration has quietly conducted as the hospital beds filled up. All this, dear Christian brothers and sisters. In the light of this storyline, please listen carefully and let's think, add the dots to see the real picture, the whole puzzling image. At least 43,000 American millionaires who are too rich to get coronavirus stimulus checks are getting a far bigger boost, averaging $1.6 million each, according to a congressional committee. The Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security, CARES, Act trumpeted its assistance for working families and small businesses, but it apparently contains an even bigger benefit for wealthy business owners, the committee found. The act allows pass-through businesses once taxed under individual income, rather than corporate, an unlimited amount of deductions against their non-business income, such as capital gains, the Washington Post said. They can also use losses to avoid paying taxes in other years. That gives the roughly 43,000 individual tax filers who make at least $1 million a year a savings of $70.3 billion or about $1.6 million apiece, according to the Joint Committee on Taxation. Hedge fund investors and real estate business owners are far and away the ones who will benefit the most, tax expert Steve Rosenthal told the Washington Post. Let's think. We, the working class, have the same expenses as businesses. We pay for the building, utilities and insurance. So why is the government rushing so fast and faster to bail out the businesses over and over, and leave the workers high and dry? And no tax cuts or governmental lavish, exorbitant gifts, handouts, does not trickle down to workers. Ever. Not even during a pandemic. This is economic tyranny and state socialism created inequalities. Government is choosing winners and losers where we, working class, are forced to feed elites before feeding our own kids. God Jesus Christ the Son did not want this at all. Allowing this is not the Christian lifestyle. Jesus wants us peaceful but not stupid. Let's pray. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as your infinite love and mercy permits it, and lead us not into temptation by leaving us at the mercy of sycophants and sadistic entities. But deliver us from seen, unseen and human evils. God, please surround us with your unlimited goodness, love, and mercy. You have all the might, the power and judgment. Let's pray to the heavenly God. Let's pray together, one for all and all for one. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as your infinite love and mercy permits it, and lead us not into temptation by leaving us